It's 5:45 p.m., which means it's time for BCTV's Nightly News Roundup. I'm tonight's host, Roland Boyden, and this is 5:45 Live. Tonight, who's got the scoop on illicit beach ball use? What I've got up my sleeves for tomorrow's broadcast, why 300 hands make light work, when and where to get on your skateboard, and a whole lot more. All that in 15 minutes while Trey Anastasius starts another guitar solo. Maybe gets a third of the way through. Stick with us.
The Vermont congressional delegation was heartened to learn that Chairman Yatsko, who I believe is a fair-minded and diligent public servant, even if we occasionally disagree, told Vermonters publicly that the NRC should not intervene in any legislation between Entergy and Vermont. I believe his position is the right one. The NRC regulates safety. That is what your job is. It is a difficult job. It is an important job. And in fact, many people in the state of Vermont think you're not doing that job very well. But the NRC is not an arbiter of political or legal disputes between a huge energy company like Entergy and the people of the state of Vermont. Frankly, that is not your business.
That's Senator Bernie Sanders. Welcome back to 5:45 Live. Sanders, they're weighing in on a battle in the courts between Entergy and the state of Vermont. Earlier today, he appeared before a Senate panel criticizing the Nuclear Regulatory Commission for asking the Department of Justice to intervene in the case. He demanded that the results of the NRC's closed-door vote to support the owners of the aging nuclear plant be made public to the people of Vermont. And moving on, Brattleboro Union High School graduation is tomorrow night, and BCTV will be out in full force providing live 4-camera coverage of the proceedings. For more, I caught up with graduating senior and longtime BCTV volunteer Cleo Roan.
I'm Cleo Roan. I'm a senior at Brattleboro Union High School, and I'm graduating on Friday. We have to go starting tomorrow for marching practice, where I guess we learn how to walk properly. And yeah, apparently getting caps and gowns and the whole ordeal. I would expect some really good speeches and a lot of laughter, hopefully. Probably some beach balls, but you didn't hear that from me. And I don't know, a good time all around. I'm enrolled at the University of Vermont in Burlington, but I am deferring my admission for a year to travel. It's been really good. It's been a great 4 years, but I'm definitely ready to go.
And as for her time at BCTV, she had some pretty awful things to say as well.
BCTV is a really cool place to volunteer. I think just because there's always something going on, and no matter what your interests are, you can work that in somehow. And it's just a good skill to have. It's a fun place to be, and definitely a good way to get community service hours done or to just help out.
And while we're talking graduation, my senior news correspondent, Joe Bushy, is standing by with Daryl Pillsbury, who has a message for all you grads out there, thanks to the magic of cell phones and Skype, which seems to be all you need these days. I believe we're going to be able to beam it in. You guys out there?
Hey, one other thing, Roland. This is graduation weekend around the area, and please, kids, be careful. I know this is a big day for you. It's fun to go out and party and stuff, but do it responsibly. Be careful. Don't drink and drive. Give your friends the keys. We do not want to read in the paper or hear on the news where one of our young kids was seriously injured or even killed in a car accident over the weekend. So please, be safe, and congratulations to all of you, and good luck in the future from me and Joe right here at BCTV.
Daryl, thanks for checking in with us. Those guys are out and about just about every day getting news clips for me, and an important message this time. BCTV's live graduation coverage begins tomorrow at 6 p.m. right here on Channel 8. But if you've got a few extra minutes, tune in at 5:45 for a live remote broadcast of this very show from the high school. And that'll be me right here doing that. And in addition to all that, BCTV will be providing even more commencement programming with the debut of BCTV's Leland and Gray graduation coverage. And of course, we need to get you some weather. Traditionally, BUHS TV students at the high school deliver the report as part of their daily advisory news. But with the school out for the summer, kind of on our own. Luckily, Joe and Daryl never sleep, it seems, and earlier they actually Skyped in for a weather report as well, and let's just beam it back to him.
Rolling. Hey, today was weather. We're out here at Joe's construction spot up here on Butternut Hill here in Guilford, and as you can see, it's beautiful out here in Guilford on top of this hill. And we're going to bring you today's weather. It's brought to you by the Pulse of Brattleboro. And today, as you can see, it's 83 and sunny. Looks beautiful. A little bit overcast, not much. Tonight we're going to have partly cloudy skies, 30% chance of a few showers after midnight, and we're going to have a low into the upper 50s. Tomorrow we got a 50% of showers in the morning, where we have a chance of getting some scattered thunderstorms breezing through in the afternoon. We have a high of about 73 and a low around 61, bringing us right into the weekend, where we could have a chance of some more showers during the week, and it could be just carrying over from the Friday and Saturday that we had. So anyway, that's today's weather, and hopefully the weekend turns out great for all the activities we got going around here in Brattleboro, and we'll hand it back to you, Roland, in the studio.
Daryl, thanks. Joe Bushy, Daryl Pillsbury, my senior news correspondents of the highest caliber, doing what they do best. And we'll move right along in our news stories. The CX Silver Gallery's latest project included over 300 area students ages 7 to 17, and that's our story. Moving on.
I worked with the school district kids from kindergarten to 12th grade, and the book they were working on the Chinese word, so we were doing the word art, Chinese word art. They choosing each word, and then they do the art around it. And then also create the poetry and by the word. So each word is different, and the children just pick a word. They love the different word, so they get very excited, and in the same time they learn the meaning of the word. It's a great teaching book. It's by children, and they can teach themselves to others.
Copies of the printed book is available at school and town libraries in the area. You can also find out about how to order a copy of the book for yourself at Chinese Word Art Book, all one word, .wordpress.com. You can hear more from Sai about her own art, the gallery, her work as a chef, and more in my 5:45 Live special extended interview with her, and that begins showing on BCTV next week and will also be available on BCTV's Video on Demand in the 5:45 Live category, which we'll get into a little bit later. And they always have a lot going on, so check them out. You can like the Asian Cultural Center of Vermont on Facebook or visit their website, accv.org. There you go. And with that, it's time to move on to our events bulletin check-in here, where I get to just tell you a little bit about what's going on around town. Tonight, BASIC, or Brattleboro Area Skate Park is hosting their bi-monthly planning sessions with Brattleboro departments about plans for a state-of-the-art skate park at the Kroll lot here in town. The meeting is at 6 p.m. in the Hannah Cosman Room in the Brattleboro Museum, Brattleboro Municipal Center, which is this very building, 230 Main Street. So stop on by if you'd like. Next, this Friday, CineSlam continues their showcase of cutting-edge LGBT short films from across the country and around the world. Screenings begin at 7 p.m. at the Hooker Dunham Theater, 139 Main Street. And that continues at 3 p.m. on Saturday all the way through 9 p.m. So there you go. And that segues us nicely into our weekend calendar coverage. Let's just do it up. Saturday, Union Institute and University is hosting an open house for their BA program featuring a panel of students, alumni, and faculty. That's on their 3 University Way campus, Suite 3. That's just past the high school on your way to Fort Dummer State Park. Got a little Union Institute and University semi-alum sitting right here. So check that out. You can head there for weekends. It's great for those of us trying to make a living doing the working man life and still looking for an education. And the Bonnievale Environmental Education Center is hosting their Festival of the Hill a 20-year celebration complete with guided walks through their forests, plant use demonstrations, and songs and storytelling. Bring a picnic to Heifer Hill, relax with your family, and bid on their silent auction. Events and activities are free and open to the public. There you go. And Sunday, the Brattleboro Museum and Art Center is holding a dedication ceremony for their newly renovated main gallery. For more, here's BMAC Director Danny Lichtenfeld.
At the main gallery of the museum, which used to be the lobby of Union Station, which has recently been renovated, is going to be dedicated in honor of the eminent artists and longtime friends of this museum, Wolf Kahn and Emily Mason. The gallery is going to be dedicated in their honor, and it will henceforth be known as the Wolf Kahn and Emily Mason Gallery.
The event starts at 11:30 a.m. on Sunday at the museum. For more info, call Danny at 802-257-0124, extension 108. And you can find all the museum's bevy of events and exhibits at brattleboromuseum.org or like them on Facebook. There you go. And if we missed your event and you want more coverage than just me getting the bulletins fed to my earpiece here by Dick Cheney, then email me, roland@brattleboro.tv.org. Check this graphic out. That's ROLAND at brattleboro.tv.org. You got any ideas for this show? You want to co-host this show? You want to come sit in the driver's seat of the hottest ride in town? You can also use that email again, ROLAND at brattleboro.tv.org, for anything 545 Live related. Events, bulletins, and beyond. Give me an email. So there we go. That knocks off the calendar coverage, which means it's time for our BCTV Schedule Quick Glance, where I get to promote what's going on our channel and see what's coming up next. To land yourself some BCTV, you have to have basic Comcast cable packages, and you'll be able to figure out your remote, I hope, to get you to Channel 8 and Channel 10. And what I'm going to do to get you the BCTV Schedule Quick Glance is do what I think any of you should do in the comfort of your own homes, and that's head to brattleboro.tv.org. Right here, brattleboro.tv.org. You'll head to our homepage where there's quite a lot going on there. We have blog posts, live streaming, video on demand, all like that. And then if you go down to the bottom of the page, you'll find our schedule updated to the minute. So even if we make some last-minute changes, never fear. You'll be able to see what's going on, check in with all your favorite shows, everything like that, all on this website. Quickly taking a look at what's coming up tonight. We have a piece from a WVEW fundraiser at the River Garden, filmed by prolific BCTV producer Maria Dominguez, followed by the return of the popular series Naked Brattleboro with their 10-minute expose on downtown's Dysfunction Junction, getting to see what happens when a train rolls through town, and it's pretty wild, I'll admit. Then, of course, Democracy Now! For all you Democracy Now! Junkies out there. We know Brattleboro is full of them. Neighbor to Neighbor is coming up at 9 p.m., and we'll switch over to our government channel, Channel 10, Vernon Select Board meeting at 8:30 p.m. And then for all you nocturnals out there, the popular series The David Pakman Show is on at midnight. This is a show that started as a radio show out of Northampton, and now it's getting national acclaim on Free Speech TV with a very charismatic David Pakman talking about local issues. He may be a liberal, but he's still good looking. So check that show out if you're interested. Again, that's at 12 a.m. tonight on BCTV Channel 10. There you go. And as always, you can find our complete schedule for both channels updated to the minute, along with live streaming and video on demand for all local programming at brattleboro.tv.org. And that's a full lid, everybody. Thanks for checking in with me. But before you switch over to Full Force Nature, remember, we'll be back tomorrow live from Natowich Field, kicking off BCTV's live coverage of Brattleboro Union High School graduation, where we'll get you updated on the latest news, continue our weekend calendar coverage, hit the schedule quick glance, and more. For BCTV and 545 Live, I'm Roland Boyden saying good night, everybody.